In developing countries, one of the leading causes of illness and death of children is often traced to polluted drinking water and unsanitary practices. For nearly a decade, individuals, churches, and service organizations from the Northwest have teamed to help solve these problems in Panama. Whether business owners, professionals, builders, nurses, students, grandparents, parents, or teens, those who participate are all interested in advancing world health, goodwill, and peace. We provide drinking water, help mothers and children, fight disease, and support education. This is our story.
I was able to go to adult Sunday school that Sunday, and Aleph was down there that particular Sunday, unbeknownst to me, and he was talking about the Panama journey. And as soon as Aleph started the video, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. God just put that on my heart so big the whole time, trying to raise money, trying to know what I was going to do there. I knew I was going. I just knew it. I knew that's where God wanted me to go.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to go and see other parts of the world, really get a reality check as far as how rich we are, and maybe hopefully it'll change the way that we spend our money on things. You see the living situations that they have and what they work hard for. What we have is like extremely abundant, and we indulge in all kinds of riches here, even if we think that we're middle or lower class income levels. We're like rich kings compared to them.
People lack access to clean drinking water, and this has obvious effects on people's health. Families get sick with diarrhea, with parasites, with worms, diseases that we really have no concept of back in the States, but here you see it every day.
Some of the things we did down there, we put in water catchment tanks and gutters on where there was metal roofs. We could just put a gutter on and they could have clean water. We actually drilled wells. It's an auger that you drive, two people walk around in a circle, and you turn it, it pulls about a foot of dirt, foot by 4 inches of dirt out of the ground, and 1 foot at a time, you drill a well. And once you start to hit water, you keep going, and ideally you go about as far as you can go down unless you engage rock or something impenetrable. We've got this hole in the ground. We take plastic pipe that we've cut perforations in. We slip this down as far as the hole goes, and we put gravel around it. Once we've got that in the ground, we can now drop our pump down in the ground. You've got a well.
I wasn't really sure what my fit would be in Panama, and being a mechanic, I thought, well, if that would be an opportunity, then that would be great. It was about the last day or two, they realized that I was a mechanic, and they started bringing these little boat engines, and basically I just cleaned it out and was able to show him how to do it, and that was really, really cool.
Seeing God's work in everything we did, it was awesome to just trust him in an environment I've never been in a place that I didn't trust myself. Because a lot of times on this trip, I wanted to do something about something that I had no control over, or I was scared, or I was alone or something, but it's just God's with you wherever you go, and so that was amazing.
At times I was working with strength that wasn't my own. Maybe the prayers from back home, it was just, I should have been a lot more tired. I should have been, it's 2 o'clock, I'm giving up, but still had strength to go throughout the day, and it was like, man, I know that this is not me, so it was very cool.
I think I see a few things differently. The few months before we left for Panama, I was having a really tough time, kind of a little rebellious streak sort of thing. But then after going, that was kind of like the big snap, the big last step that kind of put me back on my track.
We did share the love of Christ in many ways to them. In the Bible it says just a cup of cool water to give to someone, and what you've done to the least of these.
It didn't matter necessarily that there were two different pastors within a few miles of each other, or two different denominations. They still were able to work together. The unifying aspect is that we all worship the same God as far as the Christian churches down there.
Though much of the population believes in God to some degree, the Joshua Project estimates that the evangelical Christian population of the Gwaimi is one of the lowest of any indigenous group in the country. With wells, water tanks, and medical and dental clinics, we help Gwaimi pastors and elders meet the physical needs of their people, in the hope that by doing this and opening these doors, they'll be more open to hearing the gospel. Puppet shows, testimonials, skits, games, songs, salvation-themed crafts, and evening Christian films are all used to share the message of salvation with children and adults alike.
Jean or Agustin. I is pastor from the church in Boca Dorita. For me also, is a way that I can go to people to show the love of God and the plan of salvation, helping those people with water system and with water tank, with wells. I want to, in this moment, tell you guys that thank you for all what you do for us, and really I can see that you have a brother on that place that really one day we can meet together, maybe not here, but maybe on the next. Thank you for everything.
My name is Benarito Dixon. I'm very happy for the help that you've given our community.
Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy because I know this friend being a big help here. But I'm happy. I love this group because I have a good idea, have a good plan for this country, and this is God's word.
My name is Sergio. I live on the island of San Cristobal. I have a family and a wife. In this place there are times I have work and other times I don't. Sometimes it is very difficult, but with the help of the Lord, we are always able to move forward. I am thankful because I have the Lord. I am thankful that every year you come and give us the love that the Lord has given you. With the love God has shown through you, He can work His miracles in every single one of these people who don't know Him, the poor people who you have helped. A few of them have told me that what you have done for them has changed them and helped them a lot. They are very thankful and happy inside. They think that every time you do this, that they feel that they can change their lives. I am very thankful and happy about this too.
Well, thank you very much for all that group that come in here.
I'm not sure if I had any real expectations prior to going. I went with Sarah, and my daughter is 15 when we went, and so there was, as a dad with a daughter going, protecting her, and that was probably my biggest concern is, just, I don't know, we've never traveled to another country. And once we got there, and she so found a fit, just kind of lit up, taking a part of being involved in the kids and the medical dental. She just watching her blossom was awesome, an awesome experience to share with your daughter.
Last year in Panama, I was a dental assistant, and I also interacted with the kids, and I just kind of helped out. They had like a bunch of different interactive activities, and I kind of helped out with that. There's this girl, she looked to be about 8 years old, and her name was Lushmila, and I honestly wanted to take her home in my suitcase. She was the cutest little thing, and she was so sweet, and she was honestly my favorite. She was right by my side, and she never left, ever. So it was kind of a realization, as a teenager, to go there and then just like you were doing something outside of yourself. And I think a lot of teenagers, they need to experience something like that, go and do something not for yourself but for someone else, and you have no benefit for. It was such an eye-opener because up here it was you're very it's all about me, you know, my nails and just like, you know, all that. But down there, they have nothing. They're so thankful, and they are, it was so neat. It was like whatever they had, they were thankful for, but you know, up here we are so spoiled, and it was just really cool to see that and distinguish between the two. I'd say, you know, if you're on the, like, if you're thinking about it, but then you're kind of like, nah, I have my doubts, you know, no, just go. Just go. You will not be sorry. Seriously. You know, even if you don't want to go, you know, if I had it my way, everyone would go.
If it's something that sounds like it might be a fit for you, don't be put off by the money. It really is valuable to get you down there, even though you think, hey, it cost me $2,000 to ship my body down there. You know, is it really worth it? Couldn't we buy $2,000 worth of tanks down there? You could, and it might be valuable, but your body and your relationship down there is really valuable too.
It's a huge step out of most people's comfort zone, and if you just want to get out of your comfort zone and just rely everything you have on God, then this is definitely a good step for you.
I can't put into words how neat it was, and just how you think you're giving, but you end up getting so much in return. And you don't go in the intent, in the expectations of getting anything, don't get me wrong, but it was just, I don't know. I wish everybody had a chance to go. And I wish everybody who even has a consideration to do it. It's all that. It really, really was.
A great place. Great. It's a great journey, a great mission trip. It's a good, learn who you are and what you are really about.
Not one person went on that trip and came back and said, I wish I didn't go. It was the opposite. Everybody wants to go back.
I'm Rick. I went to the airport and picked up some of the survivors. And it was fun to listen to them talk on the way home and hear them talk about their experience helping people, serving. But I'm looking forward to possibly going to Panama this year. It depends on what the Lord's will is, so we'll see how it goes.